Welcome back to another video. This video marks the final day of Nintentober. So I figured, you know what? It's Halloween. Let's talk about the biggest creepypasta of 2020. That's right. The every copy of Super Mario 64 is personalized creepypasta. So you know what? It's still Nintentober technically, so let's just savor the moment and have some fun.
You want fun? You want fun? You want fun? You want fun? Jacktivision will show you some fun!
I think I just summoned a demon. Alright, so let's go all the way back to July 29th, 1995. Prior to Super Mario 64's launch, there was a particular build that became extremely relevant by some rather credible sources. By now, you've probably heard that every copy of Super Mario 64 is personalized, especially after it made its way across the internet just this past summer. An anonymous commenter had outlined, every copy of Super Mario 64 is personalized. Nintendo's experimental AI adapts and creates a slightly altered version of the game, tailored specifically to you, appealing to your subconscious in ways you don't even notice, as well as attempting to mess with you and study how you react to it. Have you ever played somebody else's copy of Super Mario 64? Have you ever felt like something was a little bit off? That's why. That's how. However, there are more layers to this, and some of them are more sinister and malicious than others.
So essentially the theory is that the game contains some sort of AI which personalizes the game experience. Theories and rumors about Super Mario 64 have circulated online regarding secret content in Super Mario 64 since release day. The most famous of these being the L is real 2401 theory that stated that Luigi could appear in the game and the plaque in the garden reading L is real 2401 may be a clue. Conspiracy theories regarding Super Mario 64 began growing more and more prominent in late 2019 and early 2020. One of the earliest theories was known as the Wario apparition. The Wario apparition is usually set to appear in the room beyond the 30-star door in the basement, which leads to the 9th level of the game, Dire Docks. The Wario apparition was created from the subconscious wishes to see him in Super Mario 64, that the shared desire caused him to appear as a horrifying half-star in some copies of the game. After catching sight of the player, the floating head starts chasing the player down the now endless hall. But those who encountered it in-game can't even describe what it looked like, as many suffer from memory loss and stroke-like symptoms. If you suspect you're seeing it in-game, it's highly suggested that you shut the console off immediately, surround yourself in a circle of salt, and then burn the game. Because once you give it power by witnessing it, it gains power to begin manifesting itself into your reality.
The Wario apparition is actually a 1996 E3 video where Wario monologues to the viewer while voiced by Charles Martinet.
You want fun? Wario show you fun.
And personally, until I started doing research for this video, I've never seen this E3 footage anywhere, so I can honestly see why people would believe it. And I mean, sure, there's the theory that Wet Dry World is a literal human brain, but I think our answer to these paranormal occurrences is much more simple than we actually think.
What do you mean?
Well, just think about it. Back in that day, you didn't have the internet or YouTube to go and look things up on, so if you were to see anything out of the ordinary happen in-game, all you could really do was tell your friends about it.
Yeah, I suppose you make a really good point there, but that doesn't explain why these conspiracies are popping up in the first place.
Hold on, I'm getting there. You see, around the year 1995, there was also something that was becoming more and more frequent.
Cartridge tilting!
Cartridge tilting.
Brilliant! Why did I think of that? It only makes sense. Okay, so imagine someone hacks a Super Mario 64 cartridge, then returns it to the local game store with the first half of the game seemingly normal, so that when it is tested, no one really thinks anything of it, only for someone else to pick it up thinking they have an ordinary copy of Super Mario 64, and discover a floating Wario head chasing them down what seems to be an infinite hallway mid-game.
Yep, that's pretty much what I had pieced together. I mean, it's pretty evil, but also a very interesting concept if you ask me.
Yeah, man, I was worried for a long time that SM64 speedruns were only dependent on who had the fastest cartridge.
Oh yeah, crazy, right?
Well, at least I can rest easy knowing that my cartridge isn't haunted.
You want fun? Wario show you fun.
Ah!